Hello there, lovers of tarot. So today I drew this card, the Two of Swords, which is this female figure sitting like this with the two swords over her heart in a kind of a nighttime setting with some water behind her and the moon and that. And I always speak about connecting to our heart so that we can learn to make the right decisions and learn to really find where the important choice actually lies inside of ourselves. And I probably won't go into much more detail than I'll just use those words. And a lot of people, we always use this word, oh, trust your heart, follow your heart, blah, blah, blah. Most of us don't really know what that actually means practically wise in a moment to moment life, minute to minute making decisions type story. So here are a couple of ideas which might help you in this decision making dynamic. First of all, when there are two choices and our heads are going, oh, should I do this or should I do that? And there's obviously two choices. I mean, sometimes there's more, there's three, there's four, there's five choices. But a lot of the times there are two choices. And when there are two choices, we get caught up in there's some pros and cons over here and there's some pros and cons over here. I'm a little bit more inclined towards that because it seems easier. I'm a little bit more anti that because it's going to be a little bit more challenging, but I still don't know what my heart is saying. I can't hear it, right? Well, meditation is a great tool to calm our thoughts down a little bit and start finding that silence that might connect us a little bit to the feeling. But sometimes there's this gut, and I call it's like the heart in the gut, or there's actually a brain. There's actually a nervous system in the gut as well that communicates to our heart and our brain. And sometimes there's a gut feeling which is like a knowing. And it's a knowing where, yeah, I know if I do this it would kind of be good for me, and yeah, but, and then the yeah, but comes in. I know that this choice would be kind of, yeah, this is kind of like the right choice, but, you know, there's all these other stories. And then the mind comes in and adds on. And if we imagine one of our options and we feel that kind of tensing of the gut, which is saying, yep, it's here, then we already know. Sometimes that feeling isn't there. Sometimes, and this is the trick, you know, we sometimes see that, oh, we've got two options, so we've got to choose either option. The heart's choice will always be the choice which is the one which we can be in love with or find some joy in or find some passion around. And we might say to ourselves, yeah, but I can be passionate about that and that. Okay, great. So what's the right choice? What's the right choice? And so passion might not be the key to making this decision. But what the heart will always speak about is not so much which path we walk, but how we walk. It'll speak about, well, if you can walk down that path with passion, then that's a great path, go for it. But I can also walk down this path with passion too. Well, if you can walk down that path, then great, go for it. Yeah, but I've got to make a choice. Then sit in the passion for a little bit longer. Sit, calling in the passion, calling in the love, calling in the joy. Just sit in that joy, in that passion, in that moment. Don't worry about which choice you're going to have, just sit in the feeling. Focus on the feeling, call in the feeling for a little bit, and then suddenly you'll find, oh, one of those paths might lighten up. And sometimes there's a third path which we didn't even imagine before that can actually be maybe a mixture of two. And we might be able to walk down this path a little bit and then turn onto another path that might take us where that path was taking us. We don't know. There are umpteen options, but walking in the heart, walking with passion, walking with love, with some joy in our step is going to be one of the recommendations of the heart. And in the bigger picture, none of those choices will be a mistake if we're walking with that feeling, if we're finding some excitement and joy in the journey, yeah. And if we've got that doubt in the back of our house, oh yeah, but then we'll miss out on all of the options that choice. No, don't forget. Don't focus on what you might be missing. Focus upon where you are in the present moment, because that's what the heart wants you to do. It wants you to be focused on the present moment and enjoy the choices that you are making, even if they lead to some hardship as well. And some of the choices that the heart might make might be the uncomfortable ones. It might be the ones where we wouldn't choose logically because it doesn't feel right. A lot of people think the heart will always speak about what the choices that feel right for us, but sometimes what feels right for us is that which is comfortable, but it's not necessarily good. It's something it's a comfort that covers up a little bit of extra effort that we have to put into our life, and a little bit of extra motivation that's needed to make a positive choice, to break out of a box that we're in. The comfort choices, or that which feels right and nice and comfortable, might actually keep us stuck in a box that we ultimately don't want to be in. And so sometimes the heart's choice aren't always the comfortable ones. Sometimes they are, definitely. And sometimes the comfortable ones which feel like we can walk with passion in our lives. But we need to be aware that sometimes our comfort story is made to be broken. Sometimes what we might choose is easy and manageable and not challenging. Sometimes these ones aren't always the best choices for us, because challenging ourselves a little bit every day is going to lift us up and make us feel like we achieved something, and that achievement gives us this feeling of success, and that success gives us this feeling of self-worth, and la 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 da da. Anyway, I hope this little banter on the beach has helped you understand a little bit about choices and connecting with our heart. I know that there are many other things we can talk about, but here's a few to get going with. Much love to you all. Love to hear your comments. Take care. Have a great day.